Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mathics. It's so good to see you. We have this amazing equation to solve, and to prepare this video, I learned a lot of new things myself. Okay, so let's go on and draw the graph, okay, for both sides. The reason we do this is to come up with a range or possible where to look for x. Okay. So let's just start off by drawing y equals x to power of x. Okay. So what if x is 1? 1 to power of 1, 1 again. So that would be the first point. X being 1, y being 1. If x is 2, 2 to power of 2 is 4. Okay, so x2, y4. That's going to be the next one, 1 and 2. And it would be almost here. Okay, this is 4. So how about 0? What is 0 to power of 0? Did you know that? It will be 1, right? So I would also, that would be the third point. Okay, so that means the graph would be something like this. It would go here, have a minimum, and going back, becoming 1 again, right? So to find what the minimum is, almost you could go on with 1 over 2 to power of 1 over 2. So this would become the square root of 1 over 2, which will be 1 over square root of, this is almost 1.4. So we know that it's happening at around 0.7. This is going to be the value of it. But now that's where I did my research. The minimum will happen at this point. The minimum will take place at 1 over E. And again, the value of y before it, this would be 0.7 almost again, 0.69. Okay, so this is the minimum of the whole graph. So let's go on and draw and sketch the right-hand side. It would be y equals 1 over 4. So it would be this line over here. 1 over 4 is 0.25, right? So I'm going to go draw it all the way here. As you see, for x is larger than 0, well, there is no intersection. That means x will be a negative value, see? So now it's a good time to pause the video and maybe do some guesswork, see if you can find it yourself. Okay, so let's try to solve this. Okay. Do you agree that I could write 1 over 4 as 1 over 2 times 1 over 2? Okay. Or I could also write it as negative 1 over 2 multiplied by negative 1 over 2, right? So remember, we're interested in the negative values. So this would be negative 1 over 2, all of it to the second power. Okay, so I'm going to go and write this instead of this. Let's go. So we're going to have x to power of x equals negative 1 over 2 to power of 2. Okay, are you waiting for the moment of magic? You see, now if I tell you what is AB, to power of 2, what can we do? See, I want to have b going up, a going down at the expense of making 2 negative. So it will be b over a to power of negative 2. Okay, so let's go on and do this to this side. X to power of x equals, okay, negative will stay there. 2 will go up, making the reciprocal. 1 will go down. Okay. And the power instead of 2 will become negative 2. Okay. Now, yeah, I think you could see the value to this equation. It will be negative 2 to power of negative 2. So obviously, by observation, the value of x is negative 2. So I hope you found this video useful. So if you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more questions like this being solved, subscribe to the channel.